People other than Daps is humming as per usual. We're gonna get diving straight into a conversation. I'm hearing Arsenal have an instruction manual on the Champions League. Makes no sense. I'm hearing Bukayo Saka songs that's replicated what Bernardo was going to a Champions League final to winning the league now. Justified, you could say.
Get your confidence up, man. Come on.
Obviously, this is the Rivals panel every week. Kendall, I know a lot of you say, where's Kendall? She's not here. She had an emergency, bless her. So she has to go do what she has to do and she'll be on next week. Don't worry, she also cancelled on the gal, so that's a W for both of us in my books, you know. But yeah, man, obviously joined by Lewis Monts as per usual, doesn't look enthusiastic, wonder why. And then Daps, you know, looking like he's just played some golf. And then Gal, who's just come off his channel.
Had she been at work?
A good show, to be fair. But yeah, man, what we all saying, anyone talk, because I want to drink my tea.
Listen, it's been a long time. We haven't been in the Champions League, so it's fair for them to give us a little tutorial on the competition.
The only thing is, with instructions, usually you try and get instructions from someone that's done it. So, you know, like that knows how to put the thing together. So instructions manual from someone that actually hasn't done it yet. It's a bit mad. I'm not gonna lie, but
did you get Jorginho to talk about it?
Yeah, maybe that's.
We have a couple winners. Jorginho, Havertz, so we're good.
Okay, so it wasn't your admin. Fair enough. Okay.
So man of Chelsea Club.
You know what?
Did they say get a cup manager? Did it start off with get a cup manager?
No, 1 second. Both of those players Chelsea could have used on the weekend versus West Ham. Just saying. Anyways.
Yeah, but the biggest match.
What you've used for?
Wait, hold on. Lewis, wrong answer. Wrong answer. The penultimate game, they won the biggest for you. Penultimate game. That's it.
Oh yeah. Fair enough.
I mean,
hey, you can have a couple more ex-Chelsea players if you want.
To be fair, Mount got the assist, I believe. So
no, you can have Balogun. Give me 60 mil. Give me my money.
We aren't coming in for Balogun, bro. We aren't as silly as you guys. You will not get your Havertz get back on us.
Wait. Hold on. Did you say we're not as silly as you guys after spending 1 billion?
You know what? Chelsea,
come out.
Yo, did you guys see that?
We're going to write them off already. That's up to you. We're going to write off a bunch of young signings in 2 games. That's fine.
Guys, this is what Chelsea do, though. They spend more for less. It's okay. We know this.
I personally think what you need to do is play.
What?
You need to play.
Able to do nothing.
Hey, that joke, bro. You're gonna see what we do this season.
It's not a joke. It's
I heard that last year as well, Gal.
You've done nothing.
No. I'm telling you.
You guys told me last year, Gal.
Spot every year.
Gal, what was it? If you were top in January, you were going to win the league.
Bro, the funny thing is, the same guy who's probably laughing at us saying when we said trust the process is now saying, you know, trust the process with Chelsea. So carefree, Lewis. I don't know what to say to you, bro.
I said that 8 months ago with Potter. Like,
no, you said you want
40 on that one.
You want 40 points this year, innit, Lewis? Quick.
39 away. But I want it by Christmas this time.
You know what?
Wow, if you only got 1 point, have you only got 1 point this season?
Lewis, you better win on Friday.
Enzo Fernandez has 3 wins.
Oh, Gal, put your hand up. Put your hand up if you got 6 points.
Yeah.
Okay. No one else got 6 points?
Oh, shit.
I was just going to say, if you guys don't beat Luton Town on Friday,
oh my God,
at home, it will be one of the most embarrassing points drops.
Yeah, but they will, though. Come on. They
will.
No, but
I don't know what to think, bro. Enzo only has 3 wins, and that's under his time at Chelsea. That's against Leicester, Leeds, and Bournemouth. And 2 of those teams got relegated.
I mean, 3 wins for 3 different managers.
Doesn't Ward-Prowse have more assists for West Ham than Enzo does for the whole of the Chelsea career?
No, I actually don't think that's true.
It is. He got 2 assists the last game against you.
Enzo's got 3 or 4 at least.
I'll check that.
I swear he's got more.
For Chelsea, he has got 2 assists.
Oh, and
hey, we're level. We're level. Let's go.
No,
Let's go.
Ward-Prowse got
hold
2
that.
assists.
Hold
One
that.
second. Ward-Prowse got 2 assists in the last game. He got an assist in the first game also, so he has 3, I think.
Oh yeah, he does have
2
three.
wins.
Doesn't he have a? Does he have a goal as well?
No.
Oh, motherfucker. All right, cool. You lot can have
No.
this.
Wait,
know,
hold on.
man.
Wait. Oh my gosh. Wait.
No, he only has 2. You're right.
Yes,
He
he
only played
got
one
an
game.
assist in the chat. No. This season he's got 3 assists because he played the first game in the Championship for Southampton, got an assist, and then moved to West Ham and then got 2 assists. West Ham.
So it is still 2 at West Ham then.
It's 3 assists.
No, we said West Ham. We said West Ham initially. Don't change the goalpost. Don't do that.
That's
West Ham.
Enzo and
We're
Ward-Prowse.
taking the draw. We're taking the draw.
That's right. Enzo and Ward-Prowse there.
Nah, man, this is
You
gonna
know
be
what?
fun. This is gonna be
Anyway,
fun.
what was that I heard on your channel, Lewis? Bit of an
Well,
echo
which,
there.
what, Colwell at the 10 or
Colwell in the 10. Colwell in the 10.
Oh
yeah.
my word! Who is that goon, man? He was I was trying to cook, right, and all I could hear in the background is the TV in the living room.
See, I support the thing. I was watching the show.
And then I'm hearing,
Right.
I'm thinking like, yeah, this is all right. And then I hear bare slander on Chelsea, and I'm thinking like, you just got a new manager in, this, that, and the other. I was like, whatever, it's justified. So Maurizio Pochettino and all them guys there. What's the difference, right? And then I'm hearing Lewis Cole needs to be in the 10, and this guy's voice was bare annoying. Kind of reminds me of this guy that was on Spaces on the Man United space. And then he came for me about my. I said he needs to go like brush his teeth or something, and he said he needs to talk about my teeth. I mean, where is he now? Like, you can look at my teeth. I think I'm all right. You know what I'm saying?
The man is
Charlie
figured all the
White,
people
I
to
see it,
talk on is you don't want to talk on his teeth. Goddamn.
So
Paid a
but
lot
yeah,
of money for them fuckers.
Yeah, man. But yeah, Lewis, we're gonna talk on Chelsea for a little. Might as well talking it now. Do you think Don says everything's over? What do you call it? Overreactionary on Chelsea currently, and clearly overreactionary is you saying 40 points already. Caicedo judgment is a bit harsh. I know I called him Ecuadorian Fred. Is what it is. When do you reckon it will click?
Luton. It has to click by Luton. This
Will
is
it?
a reality check. This is a reality
But fucking
check.
better against Luton, Jesus.
Yeah. Like, here's
Set
what it
those
is.
bars high, bro. Set those
We
bars
must
high.
beat Luton. We must beat Wimbledon. We must beat Forest the week after. Bournemouth after that. These are the run of games.
So hold
that
on,
we have.
stop. Did you just say Luton, Wimbledon?
Forest.
No,
This
full
is-
stop.
The games
Bro,
are there.
this is the new Chelsea standard. They don't know if they're gonna win at home against Luton Town.
I can't lie.
Yeah, they couldn't put their house. They couldn't put their house.
Wait. This is when you just don't listen to what people are saying. Because I just said we must, and you're saying, "Oh, he's concerned that we might not beat." What are you talking about?
Who is Class Ref? Is that his name? Class Ref.
Oh, it should be a
That's
given.
right, that's the name.
It should be a given. I hear
Her
you.
name's Class
It should
Ref.
be a given.
Yeah, I'm literally agreeing with you. That's the exact
Should be
point.
a
I'm
given.
not worried about if we're going to beat Luton. We have to beat Luton. We are going to beat.
I'm gonna be honest here. I need to ask you all serious questions because I'm deep in this year. You got Luton Town, then you got AFC Wimbledon in the the EFL Cup second round. You got put in the second round of the EFL Cup.
No Europe, Yeah, we're with the little boys.
We didn't do that when we were in Europe.
Anyways, then you got Forest, Bournemouth, Aston Villa. I can't lie. I don't know where you win.
They win all
Really?
three. They win all three.
I can't lie, yeah. I see Bournemouth getting a result at like a draw or something, and Aston Villa's going to be tough as it is. This is
Villa.
just me being honest. This is just me being honest.
Is Villa home or
I
away?
really don't know how many points you really get because
Hold on,
I
is Villa. Yeah, they win all three for me. Win all three.
I don't think they do. They batter Luton. That's not a benchmark. I'm being dead serious. Bournemouth away, and Villa, who are more stable at this moment of time. Please, even Nottingham Forest. I'm not even Nottingham Forest have started well. They could have got a result at what's it called at Emirates, and also they did get a result on the weekend. How many points?
Wait, they're above
in your head. How many points did they get?
They're above Chelsea. They're not above Chelsea, right?
I mean, we're 15th, so I would. They are, so.
Oh, are we really doing league positions after 2 games? Though?
Hey, let them run with it. They're not going to get a lot of opportunities with us. So
It's not even.
Monts, can I try to convince you a little bit more? Yeah, I'm gonna deep it. It's the same attack as last year plus Jackson.
Who?
Is it the same attack from a year ago?
The baby Drogba.
What do you mean? It was the same attack from like a few months ago.
Wait.
No,
the baby-
from a
the
year
baby
ago,
Drogba.
I'm asking the question. Is it the same
saying
attack
it's
from
the
this
same
time last
attack
year?
as Jackson.
No, it's
Apparently,
not. Sterling is the only one still there from the attack from last season, so it's a completely different attack.
Hold on, just on Jackson.
Jackson,
Did you hear what's it called? I think Grizz was calling him yesterday. Action Jackson.
I mean, the way he pulls up his shorts all the way up, like a
Action Jackson, you know.
Action Jackson.
I don't know about you guys.
Oh, sorry, Grizz. I was creasing at that one.
I don't know
Action
about you guys,
Jackson.
but these guys are putting too much pressure on Jackson already. The guy is not him yet. Give him time. He's good. He's a young kid. He's gonna get absolutely rinsed by these guys.
No, he's not. He's the Drogba regen.
Did you hear that?
That's all I've been hearing. I've been forced to hear that for the whole.
Hold on, how old is he? Actually, let's be fair. How old is he?
He's like 21.
Oh no, but F that. Haaland's only just turned 23, and Nunes was getting it last year. Yeah, there's no. Oh, he's only young. Forget that. We're not going with that. If he's
Jackson
actually
hasn't looked bad in the last two games.
Action Jackson is older than.
Wait. So
Action Jackson's the
same
same age as Nunes when
Not
Nunes
bad.
landed. So now forget that. Go in on
Did he
it.
create chances?
20 years old.
Did he create chances? Get shots?
Yeah.
as well?
Yes.
Jackson creates
Well,
chances.
he didn't get a goal or an assist, right?
No, so you can run the whole 007 thing. We'll clear that up.
No, because that's all you guys are running. I'm just saying.
Yeah, so you guys can do that too. I'm not saying you can't.
Lewis saw that from early.
I get it. Like, I understand it. Like, this is all because like we're rivals, and I understand that. But if you look at the
it's
squad
all because
and
the
it
Kai
wasn't
Havertz
called Chelsea
shamelessness.
Football Club, and you just saw a young squad of players, you'd understand that they need to be given time. Then when you add to the fact that it's Chelsea and they spent $1 billion on it, no, they must do it now. It's agendas, and I understand. All rivals.
I actually, once again, give Chelsea. I actually give Chelsea a lot more leeway than some of their own fans. One fan today, Chelsea fan, told me,
No, you don't.
What are you
listen to what I'm about to say. Listen to what I'm about to say. I've always said Chelsea fans don't have patience for this whole thing to actually become good. They're going to become impatient with the manager. They're going to become impatient with certain individual players, and they're going to start scapegoating individuals like they did in the past. And they're
Why do you always think you're psychic and you can predict the future?
Because I'm Nostradamus, bro. You don't know this.
You predict them to win the league in January.
But let me say this.
Maybe not this season.
All I'm saying is there's going to be a portion of your fan base that are going to want Poch out by the end of the season if you don't deliver top 4 or at least Champions League football. That's the fact.
End of the season. I think that's fair. I was thinking Christmas.
That wants Mason Mount back. That doesn't mean they're correct.
Yeah, that doesn't mean they're right. It's just
I need a receipt.
The minority says the majority understands that this is a team that's developing and they might not necessarily need a season. They still have to make top 4 on that, but we're going to have setbacks. I'm glad we just had this reality check in match day 2. Good. Slap yourselves back to reality, realize where the mistakes are, and rectify it by the Luton game.
Sorry, can I just say, I've just had a quick look on Twitter, and Gal, you just said a minute ago that you go easy on Chelsea compared to a lot of Chelsea fans. I've literally gone on your Twitter and see same old Chelsea, and you waxing lyrical about them.
Yeah.
Oh my word! There's
Let me
tell you lot of a video. I need to show
you got it. I thought you were gonna get. That was the one I was actually looking for, Cass.
Wait. You know what I'm stuck on? Lewis, you know, I'm with you with a lot of your points in football in general. But the one I have to, bro, agendas. You literally said people have an agenda against Chelsea. $1 billion spent is not an agenda, my friend.
When you look at the squad and you demanding results in match day 2 and you don't understand there needs to be setbacks, it is a little bit of an agenda. And I understand it. I'm saying I get it. You're rivals. You got to run agenda against Chelsea. I'm not asking you to take it
agenda, bro.
I see where it's coming.
Bro, it's not an agenda, bro. Your team.
$1 billion is not an agenda. That's not an agenda.
Bro,
that's not an agenda.
Lewis, can you name the last time you won 2 games?
All right, let me put on.
Wait. What?
All right, please, let me put on the camera, please. Look, I hope you can listen to it.
Hey Gal, hey Gal, this is. I said, Cass goes. I think Gal's lost it. I said, bro, when you first have a child, yeah, you do some. I grew a top knot, so listen, it's not that bad.
No, that video is a long time ago. I just said, you know what? I might as well start using my TikTok on Twitter as me.
No, stop it.
Yo, have you seen the Stewie one? That one's funny.
No, that's too funny. That's too funny. Oh yeah, when he runs away giggling.
Yeah, that's funny. But yo, I'm just gonna say one more thing. I don't think a lot of the things that I say Lewis disagrees with me with. He just disagrees with the vim that I come with and some of the points. I think underlining the points that I'm making are quite fair.
No. There's usually the points as well. You contradict yourself a lot.
Okay, so I mentioned your attack. You agree with me there?
Yeah.
I mentioned the fact that your fans don't have patience, and there's going to be a moment where they're going to unfairly.
I don't agree with you on that.
Okay.
When I say this shit, it's like people are saying I'm salty because I didn't get Caicedo. When the gal says it, yes, well done. And I go, by the way, you're right in everything you're saying. But when I say it, I'm salty. Why?
You are salty.
It's your salty.
You know what? One more thing.
You're right.
One more thing. Caicedo's going to have a thing, and everyone's going to celebrate it. Caicedo's still going to be an amazing signing for them. But Chelsea, they can get all these players.
Well, they don't have a choice. No refunds.
But Chelsea, this is what they do. They get the jigsaw puzzle. They put it on the floor, and then they get halfway trying to make it. They get bored of making the puzzle, and they just throw it out. That's what they do. And
then we win more trophies than Arsenal in the last 20 years.
And guess what? Let's see what you do in the next 20 years. Because that's what we said in 2004, bro.
Yeah. Let me do something.
Can I just say I'm still saying it now, by the way?
Good job. You're not going to say it this year.
Kyriakos.
Okay, bro.
Kyriakos. I believe I said that right. Apologies. So,
we will win more trophies than you.
You're not going to win the league.
Oh, I mean, we are, but we're also going to win more as well as win the league. But yeah, okay.
I think he was saying, can someone please pay the rent-free in Chelsea fans' heads? Kyriakos, I think he's an Arsenal fan, potentially. Big up for the super chat. Fatur says, who is the B-Tech Watford team? Egal is just shit stirring the pot. It should be an issue. It shouldn't be an issue to beat Luton. Don't worry, we'll be all right. I think we debunked it last year. Wait. We debunked it in.
Man called him B-Tech Watford, you know. Wow.
We debunked it in with Don, innit? So Don was on Gagal's show, and I said, even you have got a little bit of doubt in your head. You're not 100% confident that you're going to get a proper result. If you don't, Lewis, I can't lie, this show next week looking long.
Come on, Lewis. Look, joking aside, you're going to beat Lewis. Here's your chance. You do know you're going to beat Luton, innit?
Yes, I do know we're going to beat Luton. And if we don't, I will be here and I won't say a word. Luton,
have they lost their first two games?
They only played one game and they played against Brighton away.
Why haven't they played two?
Their home ground.
But yeah, no ifs, no buts.
Because their ground.
Luton on Friday. We will beat Luton.
Who else got a game off then? Who else got a game off? Who was it they were supposed to play?
Luton v
Burnley. They should have just played at Dunn Stadium or something, surely.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah. I looked at
Wait, so that's why Chelsea are 15th, but was they be in the relegation zone?
Yeah, I can't believe it. I can't believe it. Micah, this is like West Ham.
Luton would have got a point and been above them.
West Ham.
Point.
Either way, Luton or Burnley would have got 1 or 3 points each way, and then would have gone above Chelsea. Right. Either way.
Both of them would have got a point. God forbid there would have been a draw. God forbid it would have been a draw.
Well, you know what? There wasn't.
Yeah, Mike says, West Ham signing Mavropanos, Kudus, Alvarez, Ward-Prowse. I can't believe they're actually getting En-Nesyri. That's a long day. And then they might be looking at Brennan Johnson as well as backup. David Moyes must win the Europa League. Well, I mean, he would have a very good chance, but En-Nesyri up front sometimes, that's long.
Wait, so they didn't even get this, they didn't even have their signings yet, and they still popped Chelsea. They still spanked them. These man got spanked 3-1.
One of our signings got national and the other one won in the squad.
What's the score there last year? What's the score there last year against Chelsea and West Ham?
1-1.
So according to logic, through rivals, you've regressed.
According to logic through rivals.
How can you man get spanked 3-1 by West Ham?
10 men.
With 10 men.
10 men.
I'm sorry, I know this happened like 4 days ago, but no, Lewis, I actually need so much more from Chelsea Football Club. I need so much more.
You will see on Friday. You will see on Friday.
You will see on Friday against Luton. Against Luton.
No. Stop trying to stop. You're just brushing it under the carpet. I just don't know why you're not brushing it under the carpet.
Lewis,
because you want me to panic. I'm not panicking.
Lewis, what will happen is, Lewis, what's going to happen here is, you're going to beat Luton, and then you lot are going to think everything's fine, like Liverpool when they beat Bournemouth. Yeah.
Or Man United when we first beat QPR when they
No,
just got
I'm gonna think we continue on. We build onto this into the League Cup game, and you piss Wimbledon, and then you go to
levels are mad high now.
Wait. Why do you not make your football seem so easy? You've had 3 wins. How many wins have you had in 2022?
Because what was it you guys are saying? We must. So
no. Forget we must, because those are what. That's
okay,
what
so don't change the record when I'm agreeing with you and I'm saying we must.
No. Lewis, that's the general consensus. The sky is also blue. Do you know what I'm saying? The sky is also blue. We know this. My point is that you see.
So why are we going round in circles about it?
No, Lewis. You're saying you'll piss the game at Wimbledon. You'll go and beat Luton. Villa, bro. You can't. You lot have not earned the right to talk about.
Shit, actually, what time is the Wimbledon game? I actually have to.
Either way, you lot have not earned the right to talk about football like it's easy.
You know what?
You just haven't.
The Wimbledon game's on a Wednesday, innit? So,
bro.
Is that how you lot do football over there? You look at the day of the week and the time, and then decide if you're going to win it or not. This is
no. I don't mean about skipping the game. I just mean that I might not be able to make it next week.
You have a bad record on Friday.
Really?
You have a bad record.
Hey, I don't make the fixtures. I don't decide when they play.
Do you have a bad record on games that are televised on Fridays?
Oh, Wednesday. The Wimbledon game. No, the Wimbledon game's on Wednesday, the 30th of August, 19th.
No, I'm talking about the Luton game. Because they're on TV.
Friday. We barely play on Fridays. But I remember the last time we won the league, it was on a Friday.
So you can't make it next week.
Yeah.
And we'll be seeing you on Sunday, and we'll be seeing Greasy on Wednesday. That's what's going to happen.
Okay, go what?
I'll be there no matter what.
Wait. No. Sunday's carnival. I ain't about.
You don't shake a leg.
Lewis, brother. I'll see you there. Lewis, we link up for that.
Anyway, no, I'm actually not about. I'm in Manchester this weekend, so I can't come. I'm screwing, but it's what it is.
You weren't going anyways.
No, I was, but went last year. I was going fully.
Still don't have more major trophies. Catch up, fella. I think Highbury saying to you, Lewis.
What UCL days? Or Europa League days?
What do you mean? What do you mean? They made an instruction manual.
Yeah, and they're still not going to get to the end of it.
Yeah.
But you know what? I'm not going to lie, though. Looking at the pots that United and Arsenal are in, they're in pot 2. And it does them well, man. It means they're going to dodge Real. They're going to dodge Atletico. They're going to dodge... who else was in it? Going to dodge Dortmund.
Liverpool. Oh, wait.
No, everyone's dodging you, bro. You're dodging it yourself.
Sorry.
Chelsea what Europe was.
Sorry, I'm just so used to being in the champs. I forgot I wasn't in it this year. Sorry.
But now, that Champions League pot 2's got a lot of good teams in it, man. So,
all right, Lewis. Though, jokes aside, are you kind of worried for your attack this year, or do you actually believe in it? Because obviously, you've got pretty much your most attacking player currently on your midfield is Gallagher, and when you think about it, you've only got Jackson and Broja. And obviously your wingers are your wingers, but they're not goal-scoring wingers yet to be known anyways. Mudryk could turn up tomorrow and start banging in goals, but again, unknown entity, right? You must be like, on a real, you must be slightly thinking like, bro, we need something to come
Lukaku's back training at Cobham, isn't he?
Yeah, for the under-21s as well.
He will never play for my football club. And if I ever see him in a Chelsea shirt again, it'll be too soon. It'll be way too soon. But on the attack, Sterling's been playing his best form in a Chelsea shirt. Nicholas Jackson,
that one game was amazing. You're right. Yeah.
The Liverpool game was getting there as well. Like I'm seeing an upward trajectory, and we haven't seen that yet. So I'm going to take what I can get. But he's looked good. Big up Sterling. Come on. Nicholas Jackson still has looked brilliant in the last 2 games. He just needs to start getting goals and assists, and we'll see if that comes or not. But he's been playing well. I can't really ask anything more other than just get yourself on the score sheet. The left-hand side, I need to see us give Mudryk some actual starts in that position. Guys at 7 starts since January. Needs some more output as well, but we haven't really given him that much faith. So it kind of goes both ways. And I don't like Chilwell as left mid. It's fucking horrific.
No. He's too
I don't
good.
know why
Fantasy wise, I love it because he's so attacking. But
yeah, but he can't defend, and it's like, what's the point of having him there to track back when he's not good when he does track
isn't
back?
he your captain?
It will be
Vice
now, yeah,
captain.
because Vice will be your captain now, yeah.
He's gonna start a lot.
No, Bill start as left back, won't he?
Yeah, he's our captain. He's our captain. Great. Still needs to be on the bench.
I thought Chilwell was good first game. I'm not gonna lie, I thought he was good first game. I think against Liverpool, I think him and Reece James were both very good.
Very threatening.
He was better when we started using him as an outlet. We were like packing the right hand side and then just putting a long ball to the left, and he was getting the ball in space. When he's on the ball, other than crossing and ball carrying, he doesn't really bring us much else. But I already feel a lot better with our attack than the crap we had last season. So I'm willing to give him a couple more games to try.
See, this is what I mean about rivals.
I haven't seen any changes.
Alex, you are deflecting, and this just makes you you're a big man, by the way. So you're moving thick as shit for your age. How many goals does your team have this? I never said that I wasn't worried about my own attack. I'm just stating on Chelsea. Because I'm stating on Chelsea, does that mean I have to imply back to my own team?
Yeah, they got more goals than you, though. Kaz, they do have more goals than you. That's a bit mad.
What else do you want from me? Yeah, my attack
No, Kaz,
Alex gets defensive, man.
That's
no, but I'm not talking. But right now, what are we talking on, though? What are we talking on?
We're not going to dwell on it. We're not going to dwell on it. But it is Kaz. It is childish. It's a bit childish that Chelsea have more goals than you.
Think about it. Am I talking on Man United, or am I talking as a host to Chelsea?
Yeah, cool, but it's just childish.
Okay, then.
Well, who has more points? It doesn't matter.
I lie? Where does it matter most?
Well, you know where you're trying to catch a shot, but no one's sending those shots your way, so you just sit here smiling.
That's
we're gonna get to you, bro. Don't worry.
Anyways,
how are you gonna get to me, Mr. Agal?
We're gonna talk about Matheus Nunes. Don't worry.
Yeah. Oh, I was gonna deflect on it.
Absolutely no problem, bro. And I'll sit here and let Cass talk on it, and then we'll probably talk on Havertz or something. So,
all right, go. You said you had a lot of talk for.
Is that the way? Is that what you're actually coming with? That?
No. I wanted to talk.
Yeah, you came to Hamza with the same stuff.
Right?
Is that what you think a shot is? Bro, that's not even a pass.
Nah, bro. What are you talking about, bro? You guys are treble winners. Who could shoot at you? Nobody, right? We're just talking
thank you.
about
That's
football.
what I just said. Okay.
So I don't get why you scared.
Oh, is that the voice you do where you try and rattle me, bro?
Oh no,
don't work. Okay, cool. So back to Nunes. Do you want to talk on Nunes?
Let's talk. Let's talk about Man City's transfer window.
Let's talk the facts with Nunes beforehand. Yeah. Apparently, Man City have submitted an initial bid. It's 50 million euros, so 43 million with add-ons. So it's less than what they've proposed. Is technically probably around 50 million pounds, more than likely. So go on, Agal. What do you want to say about Man City's? I told you he's got to agree with you, by the way. So
I personally think Manchester City have gotten weaker this transfer window so far, slightly, and number two, they've been extremely messy. Now, if you wanna maybe take away extremely messy and just be like they've been messy. One, they let Gundogan leave.
No, we didn't let him go, bro.
1 second.
He chose to leave.
Okay, they chose to leave, right?
Yep.
But of course, you let Riyad Mahrez leave because you accepted.
Yeah, 100%. A guy that didn't end the back in the end of last season. Okay. Yeah, we let him go.
Okay.
We sold him. In fact, we sold him. Yeah.
And you've yet to replace Gundogan with an adequate replacement.
No, hold on. You're not the judge and jury to say adequate. We've brought in Kovacic, okay? So now hold on. And let's just put some context into this. There is no replacing Gundogan. I said when you lot were going for him, I said, if you lot get him, I'm worried about him. If you don't, there's no one else that can do what Gundogan does. So we haven't replaced Gundogan. And by the way, we also won't replace De Bruyne because there are two players you cannot replace, yeah? So we're changing the way we're playing this season. Now, please carry on.
What about Riyad Mahrez? Because 21-year-old Daku, in my opinion, still has a lot of time to improve and become a better player, but he's nowhere near the player of Riyad Mahrez.
I think the best way we do this is probably what we do is we look at Man City's best 11. Do you want to do that? Should we do it that way?
No, because
let me be clear straight away. Doku, hold on 1 second. Doku, Nunes, and even if we get Eze, or whoever else it is we get, I do not believe any of those three will start in our strongest 11 this season, right? Okay. And if you want me to tell you how we start, I'm happy to do that as well, right? If you want me to do that from midfield going forward. So you're talking on Manchester City have brought in 3 squad players.
It's not about
got
that.
an issue on that.
It's not about that. It's about the signings.
Right.
One,
Okay.
you had the collapse.
So you don't rate Doku, no?
You have the. I don't know enough about him to say he's a bad signing.
Oh, so what are you talking about then?
All I know is he's nowhere near the level of Riyad Mahrez.
Ladies and gentlemen, do we know enough about Havertz to know Havertz isn't a good signing?
Yeah.
Hey, you know what?
So you don't know anything about Doku, but we do know a lot about Havertz.
You're getting very defensive here.
No, I'm not. You're asking me questions, so I'm talking back at you. So
no.
That's how YouTube works.
Doku's not going to succeed at City.
Okay, bro. Simple question.
By the way, just to be clear, I am a City fan. Egal. To be clear, I am a Manchester City fan. If you attack Manchester City, I'm going to defend them.
I'm not attacking.
Hold on, bro. That's how this works. But so far, if your attacks don't work, saying, "Oh, why are you getting defensive? You're getting rattled," doesn't really work either. Okay. So you said so far you haven't seen Doku, but he's not going to work. You have seen Havertz, but he is going to work.
This is where you're not listening. I haven't said he's not going to work. All I merely said was you've gotten weaker from last season. You agree with me there, I'm assuming. Number two.
No, I don't.
Oh, so you haven't gotten weaker from last season. Fair enough.
We're two games in, so currently
no. Has your squad gotten weaker by losing your captain and Riyad Mahrez, who's irreplaceable?
I don't think Riyad Mahrez is irreplaceable. You've just said that. I haven't agreed with you once. He, in the business end, right, so Egal, if you look at when you were above us, Riyad Mahrez was starting. If you look at when you lot dropped the fuck off and we went ahead, won the league, the cup, and the Champions League, Mahrez wasn't starting for us. So I hear, and this isn't me slating Mahrez, yeah, but this is me saying best 11, I'm not starting Mahrez, never have done. So this whole you think Mahrez is irreplaceable thing is, I mean, I'll be real. Cole Palmer has come in, and if we say the one thing Mahrez brings is goals, Cole Palmer's come in and scored 2 goals. So I'm not saying he's as good as him, but I'm saying our best 11 for me never had Mahrez in anyway.
Have you gotten weaker as a squad? Yes or no?
At the end of the transfer window, I'll confirm. Currently, as we've only brought in Doku, and that hasn't been announced yet. Yeah, possibly. By the end of the transfer window, I don't believe we will have. No.
Okay. Has your transfer business been different? Because usually you guys have everything, your ducks in a row, everything is spotless, and you guys are one of the best run clubs. This transfer window,
right? Okay, so yeah, so this transfer window, let's be clear. At the start of the transfer window, the narrative was that Manchester City are losing all of their players, correct?
Yeah.
And in that they were listing people were saying Gundo, Bernardo Silva, Kyle Walker, Mahrez. They were the 4 main ones, right?
Yeah.
Right, so Walker is staying. Bernardo Silva is staying. Gundogan has gone, and Mahrez has gone. So far, we've brought in Kovacic, who not for me, enough. And okay, no problem. But if you go by the 2 games he's played, so in fact, the 3 games he's played, one being the Super Cup, one being against Newcastle, and one being against Burnley, he's looked good in all 3 of them. Now, if you haven't watched us, no problem. But if you watch City, then you would agree with me that he has done an element of what Gundogan and De Bruyne do, right? He has been the guy that has been, an element. I didn't say the crossing like De Bruyne. I didn't say hitting the box like Gundogan. The element. He can carry the ball extremely well, and he's press resistant. And to be fair, I'd probably say defensively next to Rodri, he looks better than maybe Gundogan and De Bruyne did defensively, right? So he's done a good job. And considering that's his first 3 games, I'm very happy with that. Very happy. But secondly, you wouldn't know this because you never won a treble. But when you've won a treble and when you've done a 3-peat, right, sometimes you need to refresh the squad. So what we've done is we've got rid of Gundogan, who was however old and wanted to leave. If someone wants to leave, it's fair to say that there's a good chance that he probably needs replacing. They're not motivated, right? Mahrez, the same thing, especially the back end of last season. So far, we've brought in Vardio, who hasn't really won much yet. I think everyone would agree he's one of the best centre-backs in world football, or at very least has the potential to be, yeah? We've brought in Doku, who looks exciting and probably quite hungry. It looks like we're going to... if you see it as downgrade, Egal, absolutely no problem. I trust my team, my manager, my board, my scouts. And why? Because back last season, when you were saying everything about, when you were saying everything, one sec, bro, one sec. If you look back end of last season, you were saying all of this stuff about what you were going to do from January till about March, April. if you want to say that City look weaker and that makes you feel better to go on your show and talk with confidence and chest, bro, no problem. And you can say, Daps, you're having blind faith. I think everyone knows why my faith's there, bro. So if you want to downplay and say we're weaker based on a gal who hasn't watched Doku, no problem, bro. We're weaker.
Finally, Kevin De Bruyne unfortunately gets injured. Now we start seeing Man City, who don't tend to do this, are now signing panic players. They're making panic signings. This is what you're starting to do, because I did not expect.
Doku, we started having negotiations with 20 days ago, by the way.
Oh, is it?
Anyway,
let me humble this a little sec. Let me just do this super test before I put out the breaking news. A gal said earlier he doesn't know Doku and hardly watched him. Yet 2 hours later, he says he's miles off it. The Somali Pinocchio is at it again.
21-year-old who never in his career got double-digit goals or assists is going to play on the wing for Manchester City and replace Riyad Mahrez. Are you crazy?
I mean, if we want to do stats, have you seen the other stats on him, on take-ons and stuff like that? Because I'm not really a stats nerd. See, the difference is I haven't seen Doku. I'm not here saying anything about Doku, right? At all, yeah? But
all I'm really
guess what, bro? But guess what? Guess what? If you honestly believe that Pep Guardiola and his scouts, yeah, are just literally going on, they know nothing about Doku, but you who's admitted hasn't watched him can come on here and slander him. Bro, again, if that makes you feel better and sleep well at night, no problem.
1 second. It is not slander to say that Doku is not on the same level as a winger, is one of the best wingers in Premier League history.
Okay.
All right.
Let me say this. The supporter with Havertz and Nketiah's leading the line has chest about Matheus Nunes, a gal, the Canadian tie.
Call me whatever you want to call me, but the reality is Matheus Nunes, none of you guys even wanted him at the beginning before the window started.
I haven't said, by the way, I wanted him today, by the way, either.
I personally, this smells of absolute desperation from Man City, and I've never seen this before.
Okay, so you think, but again, you are leading the Havertz defense team, right? And you're saying that this smells of desperation. You've got stronger by getting a hold on, bro.
Defense team.
No, because Kovacic has put in 3 damn good performances. He's won a Champions League. And hold on, and also, hold on. Do you know what? There's someone really good to ask on this, right? There's a Chelsea fan here, yeah. Now I know.
He's biased.
Oh, of course he is. Okay. So two ex-Chelsea.
Kovacic is way better than Havertz, bro.
Oh,
way
better.
Yeah, Kovacic might be better than Havertz, but my point is the same way he's defending Kovacic and saying he's the Gundogan replacement.
No, I didn't say that. I said but again, context. I said he has brought in elements. I said he will not be able to hit the box like Gundogan. Be very clear with what I said, because I don't come on. Okay. I said defensively and sit next to Rodri and carrying the ball, yeah. I said everything that is right about Kovacic. I am not coming on here saying, you wait. Kovacic is going to cook. He's going to start banging goals. I don't think Kovacic, you can't really teach old horses new tricks, yeah. So I'm not going to say he's going to hit the box and start scoring goals.
Old dogs.
Well, but I do know that if Foden moves into De Bruyne, I do believe that Foden can get more goals in the De Bruyne thing. But the beauty is, bro, even on this De Bruyne thing, that everyone's acting like we need a long-term replacement for De Bruyne. De Bruyne is back in January, and I've said to you already, bro, I don't really want to talk to you, man, till March, April anyway, because you know what will happen then. So. I mean, you lot can grab this blind faith.
And you'll be 15 points behind us.
What's the point in
No, I'm still here. I'm still here. But what I'm saying is people can act like De Bruyne is out for the whole of the season. He isn't, right? And De Bruyne will be back in January. We all know what De Bruyne can do. And again, this isn't like, by the way, just to confirm, this isn't Man City that have lost the opening 2 games and looked bad. This is Man City that have won our first 3 games, picked up the Super Cup already, beat Newcastle, who 10 days ago everyone said was a team that could potentially challenge, right? So, and yes, I'll admit, we are a team that beat Newcastle 1-0. Instead of having Rodri, Stones, De Bruyne, Bernardo Silva, Gundogan, we had Stones, Rodri, Kovacic, Foden, and Walker/Alvarez playing on the right. So this is a completely different City, currently at our worst. Still winning, and I'm still saying I'll see you at the end of the season. But I'll be here till then.
You're still making panic buys, and your transfer window is still messy. But that's what
bro, have you got a striker yet, by the way? And also, actually, here's another thing. If you want to call it a panic buy, like I firstly said, Doku, that deal started being done, yeah, over 20 days ago. Factually, by the way, factually. So you can smile and say what you want. Factually, bro. Also, City were in for 3 players a long time ago. And again, Cass can tell you, I've said it on shows before then. However, if you, man, go out and buy a player that can play left back, stroke right back and centre back because one of your defenders has got injured in Timber, I've been one of the people saying, I feel sorry for Arsenal. They need to go and get a replacement, right? Because I do think, now I'm not going to call it a panic buy. You didn't know Timber was going to get injured. We didn't know De Bruyne was going to get injured. Now, if you want to try and throw shade on City because a player got injured, bro, no problem. You'll do that little smirk. Remember you did last time a player got injured.
Bro, you sound worried.
One sec.
Worried? Bro, are you joking? Cass, am I remotely worried in life? No, you can slowly say, Cass, am I remotely worried? You live with me.
I wouldn't say you're worried in life.
Hold on, Daps.
It sounds like you're panicking as much as City's.
Hold on.
You know that as well, Cass. Don't come on stream and do different things. Bro, I'm walking with this. I'm still walking with the same step in my bounce, bounce in my step, sorry, that I was walking with in June when we did the treble.
That's that good old Bedford talk.
Daps. You are speaking a little bit quickly. You have to when this fucker's about, because he's about to jump in with his grin and that. So I don't know if it's just with the way I grab.
No, you man doing this whole try and say that someone's rattled or say that someone's being defensive. And Cass, to be frank with you, lying, because he is round me every single day and he knows there's not one bit of panic in me at all. Igal, I'm used to City starting seasons off badly. We've usually been smoked 5-2 at home by Leicester or something by now, yeah? We've got Fulham and fucking Sheffield United. Pep, we're so calm that Pep decided to have a fucking operation.
You know what? So you're still the favourites, basically.
Yeah. We're gonna win the league, bro. 100%.
And you're not worried about anything that your business, anything at all. And you think your transfer business.
Oh, I'm not worried. Let me be very clear and consistent with it. From June when the season ended to now, I've been very consistent with what I say. I don't know who we're going to sign. I don't care who we sign. I trust my boards, I trust my scouts, and I trust my manager. So if you want to knock them based on your vibes, no problem. I will go with Pep's decision over the Canadian Pocahontas. Pinocchio, sorry, and Pocahontas. Fuck it, we'll throw that one in there as well.
Bro, that's not even my nickname. You could have gone with eggs. You could have gone with Kala. You could have gone with so many different things.
No, but I went with the super chats earlier.
Oh, fair enough. Big up the super chat.
Mohammed A says City scouted Nunes since last year, a gal waffler, and that's true. That was very true.
Even though you scouted someone previously, you can still panic by them.
Oh yeah.
Months. By the way, doing this little laughing and making out like I'm heated, that will get me heated with you, bro. Real talk, because you're being a prick.
Bro, you called him Canadian Pocahontas. Am I not allowed to laugh? That is fucking funny, bro.
He's giving you dabs.
Shiver me timber. Oh wait, he's injured.
Wait, stop. Yo.
Anyways, what?
That's a violation. You're celebrating injury.
Yeah, ain't no way.
I just said shiver me timber. I said, oh wait, he's injured.
That's shit from you, Cass.
I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, ain't no way.
There we go then.
The boss in the right says, yo, who annoyed my brother Daps? LOL. Big up Monster Liverpool till we die. Hey, the boss, I'm so glad you're here.
He's your biggest support, you know, Mons. I swear.
Monster loves you, man.
That's my guy, bro. That's my guy. Come on, man.
Cass, we need to get Monster more often, you know.
I need what a gal had the wave last show. I need the wave.
Who's the wave? Is that a new one we need to
Martin says Lukaku is back to say football again. Yeah, well, I should have done that. I was going to say Chelsea have scouted a new striker because breaking Mauricio Pochettino would like to speak to Romelu Lukaku for the I can't even say feasible.
We gave that the kiss of death. In fact, Lewis, you gave that the kiss of death.
Hey.
Lewis, you literally said about 20 minutes ago he will never play for your club again. Pochettino don't agree with you, bro.
I think everything, bro. You know what this is? Because 20 minutes ago, Morata just said yes to Juve again for the third time. So they've had enough of waiting for the whole Lukaku blab.
So they've gone. So they've gone with. No.
Wait.
Juventus have gone for Morata over Lukaku. Mad.
No, they have to sell fucking Vlahovic before they can afford the price tag that we want for Lukaku, and Morata's cheaper. So they've gone for the cheaper.
So to confirm, they went for Morata over Lukaku.
Basically, same thing we did, but it sounds a bit better. Well, this one's up to Poch, isn't it? This one's up to Poch because I've said I wouldn't even mind him being depth if he didn't whore himself out to the whole of Italy and burn every bridge possible. And now nobody in Europe wants his ass, and we're literally trying to make it work because there is no other alternatives. Even Al Hilal went and got Mitrovic instead of waiting for this guy. So even that opportunity's gone for him.
Even Megan Thee Stallion
We're stuck with him.
in the final and said, "Get out of here."
The maddest thing is, he could have come back with a new manager and said, "It's not too cool. Might be a different system."
It's not too cool. It's far from cool.
Yeah. No, but here's the thing. It's a completely different manager. You could come in and be a bit more invested. No, I want to leave. I don't want to be here. Now we're in a position where we're trying to make it work. This is up to you. I'd let him rot in the under-21s personally. But if you want to bring him back as a number 2, it could work if he's invested. It's very risky, though.
I will kiss the badge again. He will kiss the badge. Well, he's confirmed he will kiss the badge again. He's happy to.
He doesn't have to confirm that. He doesn't have to confirm that.
Lewis, are you not questioning the manager at any point, or is he like untouchable still, even though he's got 1 point in?
Let's see how this pans out, whether you bring him or you don't. If you end up bringing Lukaku back into the squad, we'll see how it goes. If it doesn't work out and he toxifies the whole club, we're going to have a conversation about it. If not, might be good competition. Like, I never minded him initially being the competition, but he had to be invested. He wasn't.
Matisse,
I didn't want him here.
You know what?
I could still give you Balogun, 60 mil.
Do you know what? You know what? I'm gonna be real, yeah. Because it's funny because no longer than a week ago, because Never a Foul has a massive plethora of Chelsea fans in the chat. And pick you all up. Do you know what I'm saying? Listen,
except for the special one. Oh yeah, and Francis.
Yeah, there's a lot of Chelsea fans in the Never a Foul chat, especially coming from my neck. So I just think it's funny how being the laughing stock for the last 2 weeks has now resulted in Chelsea having 1 point out of a possible 5. And at least I went and got my 3 points this weekend. It's just great. And now I'm hearing news that Lukaku is possibly getting integrated back into the squad. This is great. I don't know what else to say. Like the fact that I'm getting the current laugh. I'm not gonna say the last laugh. I'm getting the current laugh. It's great. It feels good. It feels very good.
We haven't spoke on Liverpool yet, have we? We haven't spoken on Liverpool yet.
The problem is
because the last 10 days or so hasn't felt good.
You know if Chelsea fans actually are loud enough, Todd Bowley might hear them in the Twitter space, so they're good. They don't have to worry.
Let me ask a serious question. We're laughing now, but we all talk about them needing a goal scorer. If he gets fit and firing again, because you know Lukaku likes to bury against the small teams, not the bigger teams, the smaller sides. Is anyone thinking he might actually bang? Like,
no, who's the best striker? Who's the best striker at Chelsea football club right now?
Lukaku.
Who is the best striker at Chelsea Football Club right now on the books?
Lukaku.
Nicholas Jackson.
Oh. Define best striker.
History.
Then it's probably Raheem Sterling, to be fair. We're talking goals scored.
I didn't say
Lukaku has to earn that name. He has to earn that name back.
I mean, Lewis. You did spend that's another £100 million player in your books. Still,
no, it doesn't count. It doesn't count.
Wow. No.
Remember, guys, the books got wiped. They don't count that.
Oh, I didn't know that. So technically, you've got a £100 million player in Enzo, 115 million in Caicedo, and 100 million player in Lukaku.
80 million on Mudryk.
8 million in or 8 million in Mudryk. Because we love to do this for Man United, and even we do it for Man City, we do it for everyone.
Guys, you forgot about Fofana.
Oh my word! Have I forgot?
Sterling weren't cheap.
Believe it.
Hold on, how much was Fofana?
Sterling was quite cheap.
80 mil.
50 mil.
Oh my word! You got over £300 million players in your team. You must win the league, surely now, Lewis.
No, because Arsenal are.
Oh wait, you're bricking it against Luton Town. I forgot.
You know what? You know what's funny? I can't lie. I was on Instagram today. I was scrolling through my feed innocently, and I don't know if you know. I think it's Joey Knight. Is it Joey Knight, a Chelsea fan?
I big up Joey, by the way.
Big up Joey, and he was asking. I can't remember who his guest was, but he was asking him.
It's the Asian dude, by the way.
I can't
Big
even.
up Sani, because I know it was definitely Sani, but big up Sani.
It wasn't bro. It wasn't Sani. It was some other guy.
I done Sani then.
And do you know what it is? And the first thing they started talking about was, do Chelsea need another signing? And in my head, I'm like, yo, just give it a rest. Just coach the man that you have. Like, this isn't even a Joey thing. The guy was like, yeah, I feel like we're gonna need one. I think we need Man City needs a couple.
Bro, it's got mad with Chelsea in signings now that when children are born,
just get another guy.
I know what I was gonna say.
No, when children are born, yeah, before they're allowed to leave hospital, they have to agree personal terms with Chelsea, yeah, just in case in 16 years' time they could just be grabbed that quick. Because every fucker has agreed personal terms with Chelsea, apparently.
Wait. No. Only if they're Brazilian.
Or come from Crystal Palace, because everyone from Crystal Palace wants Chelsea as well, don't they?
Yo, guys, Lukaku coming back to Chelsea for some Chelsea fans might be the first nail in the coffin for Poch.
Then you know what? We never believed in the first place.
Is that too many hours on streams? I think
I've been there. I yelled at Brendan last year. You never believed in the
Wait, Kaz, why are you dying?
Actually, I did a show with Brendan. It's all right. He is.
Just completely different.
Yeah. No, he's all right. Brendan's a nice guy still. I actually can't believe that I backed you against him. He's that nice again.
Oh my god, I'm crying. I'm actually crying.
I'm joking. I'm joking.
Oh no!
I want to know what Kaz is laughing about. Kaz,
too many hours on shows.
This joke was funny, man. I didn't think he was going to say that. I thought he was going to say something else, but
what was it? What do you think I was going to say? It might have been funnier than what I actually said.
I don't even want to say. I might get cancelled. But what's it called?
Enough.
Oh, but yeah, man, that's definitely funny. Yeah.
Anyway, can we talk about? I mean, so far we haven't really spoke about Arsenal, but I don't think there's much to speak about.
The other subject. All right, say it. Is Casemiro finished?
Bro, I told you guys when you signed him, you guys.
I don't really care what you have to say. Is Casemiro finished?
I told you guys are signing somebody who has a short lifespan left when it comes to playing at the top level.
I'm joking.
You guys took that risk, and you're paying.
But hold on. Is that a bit? However much I want to slander Casemiro, we've got to provide context. Is it because of the bums he's got next to him?
No, that's true. You got to also look at them. He's putting in a lot of work, and as Kaz said earlier on my show, sometimes he starts the season late. But I always said Casemiro was playing next to two world-class players in Modric and Kroos. And last year you seen the best of him, but guess what? You can't depend him to be that guy by himself in the midfield forever. You're gonna need some help. And
I'm gonna need his passport as well, man. Make sure he's not Sri Lankan or something.
He is now the Manchester Fabinho, isn't it?
Oh my god!
If he is still playing like he's double his age by October, Kaz, we will be having serious Fabinho conversation.
You know what? Yeah, I'm not gonna get mad.
Do you know what? I think Fernandinho's the only one that actually verified. Yeah, he really was the age that he said he was.
Yeah, probably. But he's an athlete as well. But the way I look at Casemiro, is it takes a while to get going, and we all know that. And I think what Ten Hag's trying to do with him,
he needs to get on a roll instead of eating him, is what you're saying.
Basically, I think he just always starts slow down. I think towards the end of the season, he had too much on and offs. One red card, you're out for 3-4 games. Couple yellow cards, out for more games. Another red card, you're out for more games. And I just feel like if you're going to keep playing in the way he wants to play him, it's not gonna look pretty on him. He's not gonna look pretty on the eye.
He's going to get some cards this year. He's going to get some cards this year.
Rodri does, and he can't do what Rodri does, and that's just, you got to use him for what he's best at. Closing not the whole pitch off, but certain areas of the pitch of where your role is. Like, you need someone next to him, and that's how you get the best out of it. Otherwise, you're just deluded, and that's Ten Hag's issue to get. I don't think he's finished, but I do think he needs to look at his performances and not to be too rash in some of his.
Man need to understand he's a destroyer. That's what, and this is the thing that last season where it was kind of at points, especially when he first landed, and there was this Rodri party, Casemiro conversation where Rodri, I think, was ranking third in a lot of the ranks, right? People were trying to say that Casemiro is more than a destroyer. for me, he's not. He's a damn good destroyer, right? He's not more than a destroyer. And now that he's being asked to be more than a destroyer, we're seeing that he's not more than a destroyer. Now, there's nothing wrong. One of my favourite City players, Nigel de Jong, was a destroyer. I ain't going to come on here and tell you he's anything more than a destroyer. He was a very good destroyer. And at the time when you got Casemiro, I said you got Casemiro because after those first 2 games, I think Ten Hag looked at the team, looked at where you were and thought, we don't need a de Jong, we need a destroyer. So went and got a destroyer. But
then you need a de Jong to complement that sort
you
of
do.
destroyer.
I think that's where you are now, is that's what you need now. And I think that's where you've got Mount, and Mount's not that guy.
Next to de Jong was like a David Silva.
No, next to it was a Barry. It was a Barry and then a David Silva. But bro, Barry, like
back in the day, you didn't need that balance free like that.
Barry was not a destroyer. Barry was just a cog. That, like, at the time, Barry was a cog, and he was anyone. People can say what they want about Gareth Barry. He wasn't a bad midfielder at all. Like, and anyone that wants to say it, cool. He wasn't Flair. He wasn't any of that. But
if you are, you don't play as many games if you are.
Yeah, exactly. So, and then after Barry, it was Fernandinho. I think it was Yaya after that, and then but you do need to, and that's where probably Kaz, you've got a shout in what you say about that. What's his name? Mino, whatever his.
Kobe Mino.
He compliments him. Yeah,
it's good.
I'm telling you now, he's going to be the best English DM in 3 to 4 years' time, and that's not deluded to say. He's just that special.
Is Rice a DM? Is Rice a DM? Okay, cool.
I don't even rate him. But what's it called? That's what I say. I said this to you. I think even before you came on the scene, I said you asked me what's the stars of Man United. Do you remember we had this conversation? I said 2 names. I said Garnacho and I said Kobe Mino. There's something about this kid. He's sick. It's like letting go Pogba back then, all them years ago. You know, I think a lot of my friends, even back in school, they were saying, if you let this one go.
Did Pogba and Casemiro ever play next to each other? They didn't.
No, never.
But
you're never going to progress with the way he is, because right now he's trying to cover everywhere on the pitch, and he'll be finished quickly if that's going to be the case. And it would just you have even average ballers passing around him, which we have seen already, and it's not hard to do around that when you're clunky. You know, you got to be on the front foot, and Casemiro's got to be somewhere high up the pitch, because he does add a little extra bit. He's good in the air, and he's clutch at times as well. You need him. For me, he's Man United's best player still.
It takes some doing to make Casemiro look crap, and I just blame Ten Hag.
Looking easy. Yeah, I do as well. No, you're right, Mons. You're right.
Mons is right. Yeah, and I think we're overreacting slightly because you dropped points in your first 2. In your second game,
it's not even about that. It's the way they drop points.
But I think Manchester United's squad construction is an issue, because the way that certain players don't actually fit what they're trying to do. They spent all this money on Anthony, and to this day, I still don't see what he's shit.
He's shit.
Garnacho, as you said, is one of your best young players, but Rashford, who's also one of your best players, plays in that position. You've just spent all this money on a striker who hasn't come in yet because he's been injured, unfortunately. We need to see him how he plays. You spent all this money on Mason Mount. We really don't know what Mason Mount is going to bring to this team because of the harmony between him, Bruno, and Casemiro in the midfield. I don't know how it's going to work defensively and offensively.
He needs to get out of there. He needs to be used as a utility player.
And then we now need to look at how you build up play, how you control possession, because these things are not happening. It's your second season. You're supposed to have a little bit more organization, a little bit more compactness, a little bit more familiarity and continuity between your players.
You're right.
Tottenham look like they've been playing together for 2 years. You guys look like you just met.
Do you know what? And I agree with that, because I said it. Go on.
That's one. Just with Man United as well. I think we know that what Ten Hag done with Batch last season, he did overachieve. This was always going to be. This was always going to be the more difficult season for Ten Hag, because there's going to be less excuses and more expectation. And yes, he started last season quite badly, but the excuse was first season. He had the excuses of new batch, doesn't know the players that well, only had a preseason. Now, again, he knows the players, and everything has a freestyle feel about it. As the guy just said, I won't go into each player one by one, but the way you guys are looking at players in the scouting department, it looks a little bit freestyly to me. All a bit freestyle.
Do you know?
If you're looking at the players individually and the playing style and the tactics, it's all a bit all right. Who can give us that spark out of nowhere? And so for me, do you know what that sounds like? Sounds like a little bit. It's just a better version of Wally.
Do you know what
it sounds like to me?
Do you know what? I hear what you're saying as far as Ollie, but I hear what you're saying that Ollie came in, and at first when he came in, he had a little bit of a success, maybe, and then
games.
yeah, a lot less. And Monts is right. Look, first season for me, I'm going to compare Man United, Ten Hag, and Pep and City. Right, first season, what Ten Hag did at Man United, I've got to salute it. Being honest, yeah, he came in, he got you back to third, he got you to the FA Cup final, and he got you to the Carabao Cup and won it. Right, Pep's first season, I think we finished third, and we didn't win anything. Right, that summer we had, but the key to that was that what Pep realised very early doors is we needed to be able to play out from the back, we needed a keeper that can play out from the back, and we needed fullbacks that could play out, and we needed the right personnel. Right. We got that in the Pep's second summer, and then we did a 100-point season, right? We now look at Man United, and Man United had a better first season under Ten Hag than you could say Pep did at City. When you signed Onana, I have been saying, that this could be the change for Man United, right? Because everything builds from the back. But it hasn't so far. We're only 2 games in, but I will... You know what? This is mad. As a City fan, I'm probably supposed to slander United, and slander Ten Hag. But could this be that, quite simply, Ten Hag has not been backed the way that he needs to, or that there's disagreement, that maybe there's disagreements going on within the club? Because it was very clear from Pep, when Pep and the sporting director sit down, they go through who they want, they work it out, then the sporting director or whoever it is go off and deal with it, right? At the moment with Man United, I'm throwing it out there, it is either what I'm saying, or alternatively, Erik Ten Hag don't know what he needs. And if that is the case, then it could be a long season.
No, he does not. No, he does know what he needs. Because again, if any of these things were working out, guess who'd be getting all the credit? The board, the Glazers? Hell no. It will be Ten Hag will be getting all the credit. Yeah. He'll be getting all the credit. So now that it's not working, he needs to be getting more of the slander, more pressure put on his neck. Because unfortunately, when you overachieve, you set a standard for yourself. You know what I'm saying? If Ten Hag got 4th, maybe he's just about straight 4th. Candidate and didn't win a trophy, I think there'll be a little bit less pressure, but he set a standard for himself that weren't entirely his, and we gave him all the credit. So now when things aren't going right, let's not give him all the blame, but give him more blame than what he's getting now. And I think Man United fans are starting to do that now. I don't think he's completely blameless.
Bit reaction though, because it is only 2 games.
I don't think any Man United fan should be saying Ten Hag out.
No one's saying. Hold on,
I agree with you on the criticism part. You can criticize him right now and clearly say what you're seeing is not good enough, and you should be asking for change right away in the sense of performance.
You know what went wrong? It went wrong, when Richard Arnold decided to get rid of Rangnick. And that was it, bro. That's what it was, because Rangnick was providing too much, and obviously spoke out too much, and then got rid of him ultimately. That's what happened. And I think
we had this conversation the other day, didn't we, Cass?
If you still had Rangnick, you could have got Alvarez, Gavardio, and someone else.
Yeah, there's quite a few. Look, we always knew this with Rangnick, though, that Rangnick, as far as that was, I swear, that was the plan at Man United. Remember when Rangnick came in, it was to see to the end of the season, then go upstairs. And Ten Hag came in, and that was the plan. It's just someone at the club decided against that. Now, that someone at the club's probably still there. I'm pretty certain if they do get Qatar, he won't be there no more. Because that's the first thing they'll do.
I don't know why people are saying Ten Hag don't look like no, he didn't. It was thingy. He was going to do John Murtough's job too much, and Richard Arnold and John Murtough didn't like that. Guess whose best buddy is? It's Richard Arnold. Got rid of him.
Hey, can I land my plane?
Well, you take too long. Go on.
How much petrol you got left?
Just a little bit.
You better come in. Come on then.
Anyway, what I was saying was, I just feel like even though it's been 2 games and you guys actually won one of the games, I think it's the XG that Man United have. The XG against Man United, I think, has been over 3 for both games. So when everyone seems to say, I'm seeing in the chat, it's 2 games, it's 2 games, it's 2 games. No. Man United were crap at the back end of the season as well. And the end of their preseason didn't go well. So it's not just 2 games. It actually dates back a little bit further than that. And they've continued the bad form into this season. But regardless, irrespective of the signings, because remember, Mount was Ten Hag's guy. That is, Ten Hag wanted him. Do you know what I'm saying? So defensively, defensively is the only thing we can really look at Manchester United and go, raw, like the defense looks patterned. Wan-Bissaka sure look okay. The two centre-backs look all right. And Onana's been a good signing. But even though, again, it's only been 2 games and you got 3 points, in the nature of how you guys have looked,
we can do this. We can do this.
Hold on. No. I'm not saying focus completely on the XG, but even the defense hasn't looked great because again, for your XG, you've played Wolves. You've played Wolves and Tottenham, who a Man United team should probably be beaten, especially after the Tottenham team is new. They are new. They have new players, so they're gelling way quicker than you. I just don't think it's just nowhere near good enough to have a over 3 XG against you, bro. Against you.
So who had over 3 XG against us? Wolves.
Yeah, Wolves.
No, it was 2.49. I'm looking at it right now. And then, by the way, Spurs XG to us is 1.58, and we had 2.01.
Oh, fair. Well, I thought it was 3.
This is what I say when people say you want to look at this XG and stats. Yeah, the first one.
I'll be 100. I don't even understand this XG crap.
So expected goals, and chances created goes into your XG and all that kind of stuff. You had way higher XG than Spurs because I tell people this all the time. They had all this possession, but they did fuck all with it. We had actual good chances. They smashed the bar of Pedro Porro and they scored a deflection that came off the cross, which is a good goal. I think you got to take your chances and be smart enough for it. And then went through the Sandro Martin. I don't know how he didn't clear that properly, but it wasn't clear.
Yeah, that was a poor clearance.
When you look at Tottenham's actual chances, you lot can't tell me what the bait chances were where they should be burying it because they didn't. But anyways, it's different thing. I hear it.
Everything I've said, and you've just focused solely on the XG.
No. Once. Let me land now. Yeah, because you never let me land. So let's not. No. You took forever to land. You said you had enough. Land it. Anyway, let me land, yeah, because this conversation would be so different if Man United's XG were to actually go into goals, and then we were talking about Man United.
But it's not going into goals. We could do if buts and maybe.
But then we're judging a game without a proper striker actually in the field yet. I mean, we're judging Ten Hag when he doesn't actually don't get me wrong. Rashford should be on the left. He should be on the left because your best striker, most of his goals come from the left. But we can't really judge his system when he doesn't even have a number 9, a proper out and out number 9 that he has brought in at the moment. Yeah, to actually see for what it really is at this moment of time as well. We can always criticize the midfield. We criticize the midfield.
He went with Sancho in the false 9 for majority of pre-season. Then that is poor management, bro. It's poor management, and he didn't change the team.
I didn't say you can't criticize the guy. I never said that, and I don't understand why they didn't do it. That's why I said Rashford should have been on the left in the first place, in my opinion. But he may do with what he's got, right? And when you think about it, the midfield is probably the misconstruction of everything. Yeah, that is easy to see. But if we want to go off stats and all that stuff, as most people do, or you can go off the eye test and see what you see, we're actually judging Ten Hag's thing through a new goalkeeper, technically, a centre mid. That hasn't worked out too tough because he didn't actually have that much of a bad game. Because we've been criticizing Eriksen. We criticized Eriksen for the same things last year, by the way, away from home. Yeah. And we're judging it without a proper striker that's half decent or more on the field. That's why I say it's kind of illusion. It's the whole thing's an illusion. Kind of judge.
Chelsea. Hold on. Chelsea have got Luton at home to get their confidence up, and Man United have got Nottingham Forest at home to get their confidence up. So, just let them both do their thing.
No. Don't let. You've just let Kaz do the sympathy thing.
Thank you.
No. Why have you just let Kaz do the sympathy thing? We've got a new goalkeeper, but you're talking about Onana like he's the shit. No, we've got a new goalkeeper. Hold on, Kaz. Let me land. No, let me land.
A whole lot of nothing, by the way. But all right.
You're not letting me land because.
Go on.
Thank you, brother. Thank you. You talk about Onana like he's the shit, but when I tried to tell you, you are now playing with a high line. Your defense have not played with a high line before, and you're going to get exposed. Now you're now saying we have a new keeper. You have a high line, and we're making do with what we've got. But when we tried to tell you that, and that you man might not finish where you think you're going to finish without the right signage, you're like, no. So let me. Like you're only doing the victim thing now because you're seeing how poor you lot have played in the first 2 games.
I know it is, but I'm saying, did anyone actually watch the game?
Yes, I was both games.
Okay. Did Tottenham really expose the high line?
No, bro. They outplayed you through the midfield. They outplayed you. They outplayed you.
Again, a whole lot of possession didn't result to really much.
Bro,
Except our own, we kind of scored them goals ourselves. We collapsed on ourselves. That's the difference.
The first half you was good. And I'm not going to dispute. The first half you were good.
Right.
Again, you were good. But in the second half, bro, what Maddison and Basuma done to Casemiro Mount should be illegal. Should be illegal.
I agree. I agree.
So what are we talking about? A pointless possession.
So what?
Excellent. You're not giving any credit. Excellent.
Every time it went out wide, they did nothing. That's what I'm trying to tell you, lot. They did pretty much nothing. We were just a little bit passive, and it came off our own mistakes. It came off our own mistakes. They didn't score a goal that was beautiful, that came from, I don't know, play, 30 passes, all this possession you want to talk about, a nice flick or anything along them lines. They didn't do that, bro. We collapsed on ourselves as we usually do, and I'm going to give it time.
On yourselves rather than Tottenham actually being 10 times better.
Because we were in control for a lot of the first half, and we didn't stretch it out, and we didn't tweak it, and that's down to Ten Hag, which you can also criticize. But at the end of the day, you can also criticize players on the pitch to not do that required job. A manager can only say so much. But when you've got players that are so rated, they should be doing the required job on the pitch as well. So you have to give blame, not to all the manager, but the fact that the players that are so highly rated can't execute that either.
Bro,
so that's what I'm trying to shift
your
blame.
Man United are always going to create chances. Your Man
United
we did create chances, but the second half we got absolutely mullered, and then things went to shit because the players ultimately lost that. Not down to 10.
That game was a 50-50 game until the second half.
That's all I'm trying to say. We were shit in the second half.
The game played in one half. This is my
No, but that's his point.
Barebacks, bro. Tottenham oiled
in the second half. Yes.
What do you mean? Did you not watch the first half? It was practically a game of two halves.
No, but you guys are both right. What he's saying is, the second half, he gets it. But he's just merely saying the first half, why couldn't they do that in the second half? He's questioning his own team.
No, but he's not giving Tottenham any credit. He's saying pointless position.
Because his team dropped off so much that he's like, what the hell happened?
So no one here watched that game and thought Tottenham style forced Man United to do that.
Bro,
or Man United got so much fun when that happens to Man United.
People give them credit for what they did in the second half, but in the same breath,
they're not. You're not giving any credit, bro.
The maddest thing is, I should be the one that's hot about this. Mons is hot about my own team. I'm living rent-free in his head, bro. I'm living rent-free in his head. He's more rattled about my loss than me.
No, bro. I'm just trying to
get this Listen,
at the end of the day, you're not giving Tottenham any sort of credit as to you're saying, just because we were shit, Tottenham just managed to do what they were. That's not what happened, bro. They barebacked you, bro. They oiled you, man, up, bro.
You want to know something?
Understand that one, bro.
You want to know something? Tottenham are not the headline. They won
the
game. The reality is, Tottenham won the game. They're not the headline. The headline is Manchester United because that's where the issues lie. Everyone's going to say, good job, Tottenham. Congratulations. You got 3 points against Manchester United. You played well. Postecoglou looked good. Madison looked good. All these guys looked good in the midfield. Basuma bossed the game. But the reason why people are talking about Manchester United is because Basuma bossed Casemiro. That's why Casemiro is getting spoken about. The reason why people are talking about Man United is because Sarr, a youngster, destroyed Manchester United's midfield. In praising Spurs, people are talking about the issues and deficiencies in Manchester United. So it's not that Spurs are not getting the praise. It's that everything that they get praised for dunks on Man United.
That's not the way it was portrayed.
Anyways, I can't lie.
I understand you kind of clarify what you said, but that's not the way it was portrayed.
This is the first time.
We said they had pointless possession, and because we were shit, they managed to do what they did. That's nothing to do with that. Nothing.
You know what the maddest thing is? I've spoken to Sava, I've spoken to Sean, I've spoken to even George and stuff like that. And even when he got around to it, they also said we're doing a whole lot of nothing with the ball. Even against us, a whole lot of nothing against the ball. Like Brentford, a whole lot of possession, but nothing with creating possession chances. You know, the only thing came from is more from mistakes than their own play. That's all I'm trying. They forced the mistakes. Don't get me wrong. You have to get into positions to score and force those mistakes. But from open play, they weren't. That's what I'm trying to say. I want to praise Spurs. Cool, they've done their thing. This is going to be their best win of the season. That's fine. That's their result for the year. That's their trophy. Fine.
You said that to me with the 7-0.
Chelsea needs signings. Poch, how about coach, please? Shams is saying. The game is saying he did that support before 2008. Whatever, man.
I support it. until 2008.
That
period was probably Chelsea for a bit, I think.
Yeah, with the narrative, you would have been Chelsea. And
yeah,
then
before that, I had a period of Arsenal. Before that was Man United.
Yeah, I'm sure Lewis supported Arsenal before 2004.
So.
O'Malley said,
thanks
how
for the
do
super
United
chat, by the
turn
way.
down
Appreciate
70 million for... The thing is, we didn't turn down 70 million for Maguire. Like, Maguire fee was actually accepted. It's just that Maguire decided to turn it down himself. Then Jay says, even if Spurs didn't threaten how much Wolves did, they did. Imagine if this was Brighton, Newcastle, let alone Liverpool, Arsenal, and City. Big up the panel. Yeah, man. I mean, there's issues, but I'm pretty sure they'll get fixed because I believe in it, and that's it. This is the first time we've asked on the show, by the way.
Huh?
People, run those likes. I haven't asked for once on this show.
Yeah, I was going to say we haven't. I was just going to say, is it a similar narrative that were Liverpool good at the weekend, or were Bournemouth just shit?
Cut off my.
I actually didn't catch the Liverpool game.
Are you asking me that? Are you asking me?
I'm not going to deflect.
I didn't watch it.
I'm not going to deflect my shit to Liverpool, but Liverpool again.
Bournemouth are very good, but I always say this: there's no Christie broke through our midfield. That's why I don't get where people were propping up Enzo Fernandez for breaking through our midfield. As I said, Bundesliga 2 sides were getting through our midfield. Like, it's not hard without a 6. So
hold on, did you just literally manage to do that and throw shade on Chelsea?
100%. Can't miss an opportunity.
Literally just.
Can't miss an opportunity.
It's kind of similar to what Cass was doing with Tottenham and United. You just did there with Liverpool and Chelsea, kind of. You didn't want to give Bournemouth props because you said, well, you know, you used.
No. What I said was I said it's not hard to break through our defense. I didn't actually talk about how good they were in the game. I said it's not hard to break through our midfield. We don't have a 6. However, I think Bournemouth.
You do. You've got Endo.
Yeah, now when he came on, they didn't do anything. But again, Liverpool weren't even.
Didn't he play? Didn't he play against Bournemouth?
Yeah, he did. He came on.
Okay, so you did have a 6.
No. But we'd conceded, and we were only 2-1 up when he came on. We were 2-1 up.
Oh, okay, cool. I didn't know that. I didn't know that.
But when he came on, he shored things up, and he looked all right. To be fair, he looked all right. But I said it anyway. But anyway, that's not the point. The point is that Bournemouth actually looked quite good. I'm not gonna lie. They started very fast, faster than we did, and eventually the game kind of went how I knew it was going to go. We'd outscore them, but we'd look defensively vulnerable, as we are, because our defensive midfield is shaky going back the other way. Yeah, that's just what it is. You know what I'm saying? And that's not me. And that's, again, it's both. It's credit to Bournemouth and the fact that we don't have a 6.
Well, you've got one. You've got Endo.
I'm for that.
And that's
and kind of. I mean, you kind of got, you know, Trent inverting. That's kind of almost like a 6, right?
Yeah, and the stream.
What's it called? Talk to me about the other signings that are coming in, because I've heard that it might be your last one.
Yeah, it might be our last one still. It's not looking.
You don't want Calvin?
Yeah, man. We're down bad when it comes to the 6 thing. I'll be real, man.
I'm more if you're listening, get your boots.
Give you Lukonga. I'm telling you.
El Nani, maybe.
No, Nani's staying. He's a mascot.
Oh, he's too good for Liverpool, yeah? Okay.
No, you're good.
He'll actually make the difference for them.
I'm telling you now, this is the season Klopp is going to
So would have Fabinho if they kept him.
I'm telling you now. This is definitely the season he walks.
They couldn't turn down the Saudi money.
If they don't back him in January. If they don't back Klopp in January, the fan base is going to go up in raw. Klopp just leaves the end of the season.
Klopp goes to Real Madrid in the summer.
When Ancelotti leaves, 100%.
You know what? I think what Liverpool have done this transfer window is unacceptable.
I agree.
Yeah,
I think I said early in the transfer window that this transfer window, when people are saying this is a big season for Klopp, it is. It's a bigger season for FSG. It's a bigger season for FSG though, because the Liverpool fans generally will turn on FSG before they turn on Klopp. And when but bro, I mean the Scousers, yeah.
No. Scousers. FSG out. You mean the top reds? The top reds.
Yeah. And when they turn on,
it's finished.
FSG, yeah. It's done. Like they'll make a whole lot of noise. Yeah, and that's it. And then they will make a lot of noise in FSG. For me, we'll see if FSG have as much. If they can stay as long as the Glazers can, I don't think they'll be able to. I think they'll. I
don't think so. I just want to give credit to somebody who I don't like giving credit to, Chelsea, because one thing Liverpool were not able to do that Chelsea were able to do this transfer window. They wanted something, they get it. Liverpool, on numerous occasions this transfer window, had opportunities to strengthen their squad to be back and have that championship window that they still have with Mo Salah and these guys, but they weren't able to do it. And Paulinho didn't get him. Decore didn't get him. They end up with Endo, and they say, "Oh, we're still going to get another one," and that's not coming. At this point, it's pure negligence, and Klopp should just resign.
Gal, imagine this, yeah. Imagine this. They could have got Amrabat easy, and I think a lot of Liverpool fans would have accepted Amrabat as well, especially on a cheap. Accepted him on a cheap, and they were linked with him in January. They had all the opportunity. Linked with Jude Bellingham, and whether they say he chose Madrid over them, bro, they in the end, Liverpool made the excuse they couldn't afford him. They could. When you think of Szoboszlai is 60 million, they could have put that towards Jude Bellingham, and you just see them fork out 115 potentially to go get Caicedo, yeah? If they done what Liverpool do best, they could have technically, and really and truly, when you think about it, they could have got a Caicedo in January when they were linked, and they could have got him easily and used that Jude Bellingham money there. And I know this is probably a harsh reality check a little bit. And when you think of Szoboszlai money and the 115, let's give or take, they could have got him for 80 million in January, which they wanted in January for Caicedo. That extra 35 could have been slapped on top of the Szoboszlai money, which they got a loan out for anyways or whatever, and that could have been used for Jude. They could have had the ultimate window. And this is the reality of it all. It's horrible, bro. Go on.
Last question within your reality check.
No, sorry, can I just say, Jude ain't even a 6 neither, by the way.
Hold on, Kaz, just question. How would we have got Caicedo with the money in January if half the money we used to even go and afford Caicedo, to try and afford Caicedo, was actually bought in with the money from Saudi,
Fabinho and Henderson.
Because Caicedo was seen as unattainable until the unexpected departures of Henderson and Fabinho. So answer me that, genius.
That is true. I did say that on brunch the other day.
So there's something called dipping into your summer budget. Yeah, before you got Szoboszlai and everything like that for 60 million, which you didn't need when you got McAllister.
Watch your mouth.
Anyway,
hold on, what was your summer budget actually?
Hold on.
This is what I'm saying. This is what I'm saying.
Anyway, 50 million. Was that your summer budget?
Look. You didn't. Right, Szoboszlai. Anyways, Szoboszlai.
Summer budget, real quick. What was your summer budget?
110 million. 110 million.
So they had 110 million, yeah. They didn't use no money in the last summer, remember, and they used that for Gakpo anyways, and so forth. So they had a little bit.
Darwin Nunes. What are you talking about?
Anyways, been pondering over Jude Bellingham and money and 80 million that apparently went in and everything that was just there waiting, whatever the case was going to be. I'm not joking, Daps. They've been creaming so much over Jude, they could have got a Caicedo.
It's not even a 6. The maddest thing is Jude's not a 6.
I know. They wanted to get a centre mid, and you could even ask yourselves, as a Liverpool fan, you needed a 6 for a minute now, and why are you chasing a Jude? Remember that list? Do you remember that list?
You lot got carried away, actually, in hindsight, thinking about it. It's not a 6.
Remember that list?
Getting your timelines mixed up. Hold on, you're getting your timeline. When we wanted Jude last summer,
I hate to do this, but you didn't let me land. So remember Grizz's list: Caicedo, Frankie de Jong, McAllister. I think it was one of them, and the other one was Jude. Why can't we get more than one? You didn't do it. You didn't do it, my friend. Yeah. No, I'm not chatting shit. Go check the Grizz's list then. Go check the list. Anyways,
you're chatting was.
Anyways, yeah. So they've been chasing over Jude Bellingham and creaming over him. Yeah, grooming him through Henderson for a long time. Yeah, and you didn't get him. You could have used summer budget to get what you needed back in January, or even made a deal back in January to get them in the summer. You didn't do that. All I'm trying to say is the reality check of your team is FSG is just not good enough. That's all I was going to say. Your direction is not good enough. And you know it. I'm just saying, you could have done a lot of this. You left it so late in the window. Bro, you end up with 2 centre mids and no DM and still haven't corrected it by going to Endo, who is a centre mid playing DM, by the way. He's not a DM. Go watch him. Go watch him. I like Endo, yeah, but he's not a DM. That's what I'm trying to say. Anyways.
Hold on a minute. No, hold on. Wait a minute. Because you're talking hold on.
You could have been a
whole lot of shit that I don't understand. I'm going to take it.
Your team could have been a whole lot more smart with, bro, the way anyways, the way we've been talking about it, you lot could have been a lot more smart. Same way my club could have, yeah, with Mason Mount and everything. So before you deflect and doing Alex and say anything on my team because I'm criticizing your team, I'm just saying you could have done your team, and you know it, could have got a DM time ago, bruv, and made deals like you used to do time ago, and you just don't do it.
Drop 50 to Lavia.
Hey, the reality check of the 2 months, you know this is the end of your club, bruv, for a bit, because your club does this. If we want to go on heritage, let's do a bit of heritage.
My plane takes
right, this is an agenda I can get behind.
Let's do this. Liverpool have always done this cycle. They're good. They go back to shit. They're good again. They go back to shit. And at this moment of time, they're great. They're not, and so much to the point they finished 2 seasons under Man United and 3 when we're shit as well. Means you're going back down into that circle, bro. It's the end. Oh, do you get it? That's what I'm trying to say.
Now, okay, and you say I take long to land. Jesus
No,
Christ.
I did it because you keep interrupting. You're doing it.
To be fair, he says I take a long time to land. And why did you just have to send a shot for me then?
I got you, man. You support Man City.
The Kaz.
So many shots.
You're here trying to tell me about this whole DM issue, like I haven't been shouting at the whole 6 thing. You're telling me stuff I already know.
Yeah.
So I'm not arguing about you, but I'm saying your timeline of events is wrong. When we wanted Jude Bellingham, Fabinho had not fallen off yet. He was not.
What was it Muns was saying to me a week ago? Hold on. What was it Muns was saying to me a week ago? 12 days, Daps. 12 days, Daps.
For what?
Let him finish. He apparently wasn't chasing Jude last season, by the way. Go on, carry on.
Yeah. Wait. Are you listening?
Carry on.
You might need the hat and headphone combo again because you
Carry
might.
on.
By the way, just one thing. Fabrizio tweet on Lukaku. Alhamdulillah, he is not joining my club. Thank the Lord. Thank the Lord. We caught live. We caught fucking live. I'm billing it.
When we last summer, Kaz, Fabinho was not washed yet. He was not. Oh, wait. We only realized Fabinho was crap in like October. Some people were still riding this thing. Pause.
I heard different.
Hold on.
I heard otherwise.
I heard he hasn't been good since
I've heard a year and a half at least.
Year and a half ago, he hasn't been great enough.
Okay, then why were we?
Timelines aren't matching up, buddy.
No. We were pushing for a quad. Fabinho was at the top. Hold on, we were pushing for a quad. Fabinho was at the top of his game. In that summer, after when we were pushing for the quad, we were expected. Jude Bellingham was expected to complete the puzzle to then go and do whatever we needed to do and push on and get even better after competing for a quad. So therefore, Fabinho was not seen as shit during that summer because we done what we needed to do. Fabinho fell off last season. Obviously, so you can't say, Jude Bellingham's not even a 6. So why were they not trying to go for a 6 last summer? Because Fabinho hadn't fallen off yet.
I must admit, I've heard that he fell off a season and a half ago.
Well, then why was he pushing for a quad then? Man,
I'm just telling you what I heard, bro. I know I'm not. I'm not. I don't. I did. Clearly, I did then. Clearly, I did. And clearly, everything was fine until.
Well, again, it goes to what you heard or what did you see? Because you saw Liverpool playing really well and going.
No, bro. You know a million times me and Liverpool. I watch them when I'm playing them, and that's about it.
So are you done?
No, but months. And you know I said that because last summer, when you were telling me about your midfield, I was the one that was going, this is mental. You just went for a quad. And you lot were going, no, our midfield's washed up. All of you lot, you, Hassam, a whole heap of other Liverpool content creators, last summer were telling me you needed at least 2 midfielders last
100%.
summer.
Listen, that's 100% true. But that was excluding Fabinho.
Okay.
Fabinho was not the weak link. That it was Henderson. The fact that
Henderson and Milner
was playing so many games. Do you know what I'm saying? Curtis Jones hadn't had his emergence like he did at the end of this season. So there was so much dead wood in that midfield that needed to go. That wasn't included.
It wasn't Fab. Okay. Other people have said to me, because when I've said, and the reason this is where the context comes is when I've said to people that I feel that Fabinho should have been given this season, my whole context was he's only had one bad season. It's one bad season after he played a lot of games last season. If you get Lavia alongside Fabinho, that could work because then Fabinho would have his rest, right, of this pre-season, wouldn't have to play as much because there'd be certain games where you wouldn't need to play Fabinho. You could play Fabinho and Lavia. And I kept saying he's only had one bad season. And the response I would get from Liverpool fans was, it's not just one bad season. He's been bad for at least a season and a half. Now, if that's not you, you watch more than Liverpool than me. I'm just telling you what they told me at the time. Now,
anyways, I'm like a bit again, like, you know, that's how he said, Mont said you're talking really fast when you get rattled. I think he just done exactly the same thing. I just wanted to point out. And second of all, the timeline was you were still creaming over him just last Christmas for Jude Bellingham. Clearly, you needed a DM. You all recognize that. Didn't get a DM. But you know, I'm gonna wrap it up there. If you ain't like the video yet, you know what? I can't be arsed. You know what? I'm gonna run something just to make me feel a little bit better about myself. Caicedo. We're gonna DM. We're gonna 6. Never doubt my owners. FSG to the day I die. FSG
FSG
till the day
I die.
I used to pray for times like this, a midfield rebuild,
Lala.
and I looked at Caicedo, thought he was getting Chelsea, and I looked around and I had Jones on the left, and then
He was going
started
Chelsea.
panicking,
Confirmed.
no Lavia on deck. I pulled up on the rope. Listen. Let me not get into it. People. Oh, hold on.
You deserve this moment.
That was a sneaky laugh for Matheus, you know.
You see me right now?
Life like this sure is sweet, huh? It definitely is.
You know that rich man law.
Wait, Brighton.
We're gonna win the league. We're gonna win the league.
Had a midnight deadline.
No,
You
everyone
put
liked
the
the
bid.
video, man. What's wrong with
Liverpool
you?
went.
I fucking need this moment, yeah? They crucified me. They crucified me. Yeah? They called us broke boys. Let me hold it down. Hey, little dude from across the street. Let me hold it down. They called me broke. They said we were done. They said there was no DM. Well, guess what? Lavia was our second choice. Lavia was our second choice. He was our second choice. They called me deluded. They bullied me on never a foul. They tried to take me for a dickhead. Now them fucking broke boys. Now who's broke now? Record-breaking price. I don't want to hear it from fucking no one. Yeah.
I got told that I can confirm that the deal with the club is agreed.
Yeah, that made me feel so much better.
You are rattled.
Hold
You
on,
had to
what's
run
it
the
say?
clip because you are rattled.
What's that one? Pre-2011.
You sympathise, supported more United LFC. Is this the super chat? You asked me who's creaming. Oh, read my super chat. Fuck your super chat, man.
Hold on, now what was that? Daps.
You sympathise, you supported more United or LFC before 2011.
No, but the way he's written it, it's even weird because it's like he's not actually saying I supported them. It's like saying who did I have more sympathy for? Well, I mean Liverpool, because Liverpool were worse than United.
That video, you know what?
I hate them both.
It's my mood.
Weird guy.
That's what happens when you check Kaz.
Thanks for the £2 though.
Wait. Once, if we go back on the video, I was talking quite calm. You was talking like a bad bee, typing very fast on WhatsApp, bro. Anyways, I'm gonna wrap it up there. No, you're just like
telling me I take long to land. You took 20 years.
Just like Don, he's a hypocrite.
I need that hat and headphone combo.
You two need to get a room. I swear down. You two need to get a room.
Bro,
we'll see.
Casemiro looks like Fabinho. That's why he's hot, because Casemiro looks like Fabinho. Right?
And you look like Tarek Lamptey.
Have you ever won a treble? Have you